Hello, it's Christy Gray, your newest hype girl and astrologer. Welcome to the Cosmic Hotline.
Hi, gorgeous. Welcome to this week's episode of the Cosmic Hotline. And also, it's Pisces season. It's finally here. If we haven't met before and it's your first time tuning in, I'm your host and astrologer, Christy Gray. I became an astrologer after being fascinated by space, people, and the stars for legit years. And you could say after I had my very first astrology encounter, I was absolutely hooked. But enough about me, because it's Pisces season and a new moon in Pisces is incoming. So I want you to sit back and relax as I bring you this week's astrology fix. If you've been here for a beat, you'll know the new moon is a time of new beginnings, as it marks the start of a new lunar cycle. It's a time where you can set intentions, plant seeds, and focus on what you want to manifest in the coming weeks. Now, when the new moon occurs in the watery sign of Pisces, there's a link to spirituality, intuition, and creativity, because we're all innately creative, but in completely different ways. It's an especially potent time to set intentions related to any of these areas. What you need to know is Pisces is a sign that is deeply connected to the spiritual realm. It's the most intuitive sign. Okay, I'll say it. It's the most psychic sign of the zodiac. And during this new moon, the veil between the physical and the spiritual worlds may feel thinner, making it easier to access higher states of consciousness. So if there's anything worth doing, it's this. Set intentions related to spirituality during this time. Prioritize practices like meditation, prayer, or any type of ritual work, as it's a time for you to connect with your higher self and your intuition, and to focus on what you want to manifest in your spiritual practice. More on your higher self in a moment, but let me digress. Pisces is also strongly linked to creativity and the imagination, as I just mentioned before. If meditation and ritual work ain't your thing, I'm bringing you good news. It's also an excellent time to set intentions related to creative projects or to focus on finding new and innovative ways to express yourself. Whether you're an artist, a writer, or just someone looking to tap into your own creative potential, this new moon can be a powerful time to set intentions and, you know the drill here, babes, take action towards realizing your creative dreams. As promised, let's talk higher self for a moment. Before we dive into the specifics of this lunation, I first touched on higher self as a concept in one of the very first episodes. Higher self is a spiritual and philosophical concept that refers to the part of us that is connected to our highest wisdom, our intuition, and our consciousness. Some people also refer to higher self as soul, spirit, or even divine self. Essentially, higher self is the part of us that it exists beyond our physical body. It exists beyond our ego, and it's connected to the infinite, the divine, you may call it. And because we can't see it or touch it, is that it does take an element of surrender. Because when I say like connecting with our higher self is a powerful practice, the reason I'm so obsessed with this concept and I say the work I do is astrology for your higher self is because when you are connected to that innate knowing, you tend to gain more clarity and wisdom and guidance into your life, but more importantly, you have this innate ability to trust yourself. And that self-trust is unwavering. And some of the ways that may help you to connect with this concept could include meditation, setting intentions, spending time in nature, and listening to that inner voice or your intuition or your higher self, whatever you want to call it, because it's all about how you find a tool or a modality as a way to anchor in and really connect. Ultimately, I think that when you are trying to form or forge this connection, it's about creating space to tune in. And when you do, you can live a more aligned and fulfilling life. And this is what this Pisces new moon is here to help you cultivate. I want you to stay to the end of this episode, as I'm going to leave you with a powerful exercise to help you set intentions for this new moon.
Okay, so if I've sparked your curiosity in this episode and you're keen to learn more, the best place to start is Astrology Unlocked. We'll explore how you can start stepping into the vibration of your higher self by diving into your key astrological placements and unpacking what they might have in store for you. When you know the foundations of your natal chart, you have the power to unlock so many opportunities for growth, expansion, and joy. You'll find Astrology Unlocked and access to my calendar to book your first session on my website, or send me an email, babe, at hello@christygray.com, as I'd love to hear from you. And of course, I'm always here to answer your questions.
So what do you need to know? Well, Pisces is a water sign, which is associated with emotions and the subconscious. It's also associated with the concept of universal love and unity, making this new moon an excellent time to connect with others and cultivate compassion and understanding. Especially if you have Pisces in your natal chart, you know what I'm talking about. This watery sign is ruled by the planet Neptune, and Neptune is the planet of dreams, inspiration, and illusion. Plus, this new moon is also occurring in close conjunction with this planet. So it's a very potent combination that can make for a particularly powerful time to tap into your own inner wisdom and intuition. You definitely see a theme here, right, babes? What I'm getting at is that it's a potent time for healing and releasing any emotional blocks. And look, I'm going to keep it real. I don't have a lot of water in my natal chart. Your girl here is predominantly fire and earth. I like to think I'm empathetic and supportive. It's been the greatest gift that I've been given since becoming an astrologer. And especially when it comes to helping and empowering others. But I also see a time when it's a water season like Pisces, whether it's a new moon, a full moon, or the season that we're in, it's an opportunity for me personally to get better at feeling my feelings. So it's probably no surprises that when it is a water season or we're surrounded by any type of water energy, hello, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, it does bring up more emotions than what I'm used to. So whether you're here to embrace your feels or you're one that wants to prefer to swerve in the other direction, I think it's important to highlight that emotions may arise for you this week. And if that's the case, I want you to practice self-compassion, working through any emotional blocks that are coming up, but more importantly, releasing them. It can sometimes be a painful process, and it's important to practice self-compassion throughout. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, and remind yourself that it's okay to feel and process any emotions that come up. As I mentioned before, allowing yourself to feel and to feel your emotions fully is so important to do without judgment or resistance. Whether you choose to cry, yell, or express yourself in any other way, I want you to give yourself a big old permission slip to express your emotions in a safe and healthy way if you need to this week. Because the sun and moon are in Pisces, with also Neptune and Venus close by, in Pisces as well, but more specifically to the moon and the sun, they are going to be illuminating the seventh house, and the seventh house rules over partnerships. This combination can have a powerful impact on your relationships and your partnerships, whether that's personal or professional. So it's such a good time to focus on building healthy and balanced relationships. So this might involve setting healthy boundaries because Pisces and Neptune has ties to boundaries, and practicing good communication skills, which we spoke about in a previous episode, but also looking at how you can nurture your connections with others. This week can also bring you opportunities for connection and partnership. So it's a good time to be open to new people and experiences and to trust your intuition when it comes to forming new relationships. If relationships have felt a little bit clunky for you, especially after the last couple of years, and I know my Leo babes out there, you know what's up, is I want you to reflect on any patterns or issues that may have come up in past partnerships and to work on healing any emotional wounds that may be holding you back. One last thing before we dive into an intention setting exercise. This new moon in Pisces will have Saturn in Aquarius close by. And with that brings a sense of practical spirituality. Think spirituality that is grounded in practical action. And this is such a profound time to connect with your intuition and your creativity, while also taking practical steps to bring your goals and intentions to fruition. This combination is a dream for me. It's totally lush, and it's a side of structure and discipline to your intuitive and creative energies. Setting intentions is a powerful practice, and it's something that I come back to time and time again. It can help you manifest your desires and align your actions with your highest good, with your highest self. And I wanted to share with you some steps that you could follow today so you could really take action at this lunation. And look, you can come back to these as well at any other new moon or any other time you're wanting a fresh start or a new beginning in your life. So I want you to hit pause, grab a pen and a piece of paper, and I want you to work through this with me. Number one is get clear on what you want. So this could be a specific goal, it could be a feeling, it could be a quality that you want to possess, or even a state of being. It's important to be as specific as possible when setting intentions so that you can focus your energy and attention on what you truly desire. Anytime I've been wishy-washy in trying to set intentions, or I felt really clouded because I don't know exactly what I want, that's when I'll instantly go to a feeling that I'm trying to capture or who I'm trying to embody as a state of being, because that helps me to be clear and specific in a way that's going to help me to get where I need to go. Next up, I want you to write it down. So once you have gotten really clear on what you want, write it down on paper. I'm so big on using a good old-fashioned piece of paper and a pen to do this. This helps to make your intentions more concrete, and it actually acts as a physical reminder of what you're working towards. Next up, you know I'm all about this one, babes, is use positive language. Instead of focusing on what you don't want, focus on what you do want. For example, instead of setting an intention on, I want to stop procrastinating, set an intention to be more productive and focused. Really look at what languaging you're using. It should feel inspiring, empowering, and expansive, and it should be something that gets you excited to work towards. Next up is get into a meditative state. You can do this inside, in a quiet place in your home, or finding a beautiful spot in nature. Find somewhere quiet and comfortable so that you can sit and be alone with your thoughts. You can do this by focusing on your breath, closing down your eyes, and just allowing yourself to relax. Once you're in this place of centeredness and groundedness, I would invite you to repeat your intention. Repeat it to yourself several times. You can say it out loud or you can repeat it silently in your mind. Visualize yourself already having achieved your intention and feel the emotions associated with having accomplished that. What does it look like? How does it feel? What emotions are coming up for you? Allow yourself to smile as you sit and embody this energy and feel like you've already accomplished it and achieved it. Last but not least, let it go. Once you've set your intentions, let it go and trust that it will manifest in the perfect way at the perfect time. Avoid getting attached to specific outcomes or trying to control the situation. It's really interesting because only on Friday, I posted a reminder on my Instagram stories around trusting the timing of your life and knowing that everything is already on its way to you. And I received 6 DMs that day responding to pretty much, and everyone's had almost word for word the same thing was, I needed this today. And I think it's a beautiful reminder to always realize that the universe is always conspiring to work with you and not against you. You're always on time, astrologically speaking. You're never behind because there's always another astrology activation around the corner. You have time, and I want you to remember that. So remember, setting intentions is a practice. It takes time and consistency to see results. But by staying focused and trusting the process, and taking inspired action, you can manifest your dreams and desires and live a more fulfilling life. Isn't that what we're all here to do? To essentially live the life of our dreams? I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. It's filled with tips, insights, and practical action that you can come back to over and over again. I'm maximizing one of my favorite transits at the moment. I'm in the middle of a Pluto-Mercury trine, and I'm absolutely bursting with ideas and tips and insights, if you can't already tell. I have episodes for the Cosmic Hotline planned for you right up until the end of April, because in May I'm heading to Bali for a month, but don't worry, I'll be always here with you every single week. I'm heading to Bali in May to spend time writing my book. So we're only just heating up, babes, and right on time for an astrological new year on the horizon. So if there's anything you want to hear from me this year on the Cosmic Hotline, please slide up in my DMs and let me know. But until then, happy manifesting, and you know the drill. I'll be back next week, so stay hydrated and stay celestial.